Do you want to learn my top tips on how you can learn to develop more self-discipline so that you can stay on track and accomplish your goals much easier? Well, then you're going to want to stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to reveal 3 secrets to how you can overcome distractions and stay on track toward the things that you want to accomplish. The first secret that I'm going to reveal to help you to develop more self-discipline and stay on track is to learn that self-discipline doesn't have to be hard. In order to develop more self-discipline or to integrate self-discipline in your life may sound strict and it may sound confining, but it actually will make your life easier, and I'll tell you how. The second secret to developing more self-discipline is to understand that you may be doing it all wrong and approaching your goals in the wrong way. A lot of the times it's easier for you to shift your identity than it is to change a behavior, but oftentimes when we're trying to create change in our life, the first thing that we try to do is change a behavior, and I'm going to tell you why that doesn't work. And the third secret to develop more self-discipline and stay on track is just to understand the things that you can do to make your environment and your relationships and situations a more successful, nurturing, and cultivating environment so that you don't have to rely so much on willpower and digging in deep. So if you're ready to learn these top tips, these secrets that you can use to develop more self-discipline and get back on the right track or stay on the right track, then make sure you grab a piece of paper and a pen and get ready to take notes. If you're new to my channel, I'm Yashika, the founder of Yashika's Intuition, and my main purpose with Yashika's Intuition is to help people like you that want to live life more consciously have the tools that you need, both spiritually but also practically, scientifically, and put those two together so that you're able to create the life that you want that is in alignment with the vision that you see for yourself. So ultimately, you're living life with more meaning and more purpose. The principles that I teach on this channel are the same ones that I used to pull myself from rock bottom when I lost almost everything in my life, and it is the same stuff that I teach my private clients. I share them with you here on this channel because I know that it's completely possible for you to be able to create the life that you want, but a lot of times either you don't have the right information or the right tools to make that transition streamlined and easier. On this channel, you're going to receive spiritual and personal development tips that you're not going to hear in everyday mainstream. A lot of them are advanced, or maybe not a lot of people are speaking about them. And so I really pride myself on giving you information that is not watered down or washed out. And that way you're able to truly create change and try new things that you haven't tried before so that you can actually implement these changes more successfully. So today, as I go through these secrets, I'm going to reveal some information to help you get started. However, in the description box, there is a link to my self-discipline PDF. It's totally free and it contains even more tips that you can use, integrate quickly and easily for you to be able to learn how to develop more self-discipline in your life. If this is your first time visiting my channel, make sure that you leave an emoji or a comment in the comment box. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and that way I can welcome you to the channel. And also, you won't miss out on any more videos in this series because there's 3 more videos I have planned for this series, but I'm also releasing new content weekly, once a week, twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. So let's get into secret number 1. Secret number 1 to developing more self-discipline and staying on track was, remember, to understand that having self-discipline doesn't have to be hard. And if you truly understand what self-discipline is and how you can integrate it into your life, you're going to find that it actually makes your life go easier, smoother, more peaceful, and have less stress overall. Whenever I didn't understand what self-discipline truly meant, whenever I heard those words, I would often cringe or kind of shut down because I thought that that meant that I would have to develop this strict routine or regimen in order to get things done. And that was a little bit, a lot discouraging for me. Because of that, I would have these false starts where I would start off strong and then stop because I would get worn out or burnt out or frustrated, or I would start and then stop and fail. And it was a continuous cycle of me not achieving the things that I want. And then at the same time, I would feel like I had to develop these strict, elaborate plans in order to achieve my goals, which made this cycle even harder for me to stick with and be consistent with. It also, like I said, made me burned out because of the conditioning that I had around being disciplined and it being negative. It actually put more stress and pressure on myself. And so it would just kind of emotionally, energetically, physically wear me out to where I didn't have the energy to go after my goals as well. Here's the solution. Self-discipline does not have to be hard. And if you're making it hard, or if you think that it's strict or regimented the way that I did, then 9 times out of 10, you're probably making self-discipline harder than it actually needs to be. You can totally stay in control and make self-discipline easier. When I was able to understand this, it allowed me to then start to produce quality results in my life without feeling burnout, without using up a lot of energy. And so it in turn seemed a lot easier for me to pursue the goals and stick with the goals that I wanted to accomplish. And even when I did hit a challenge, maybe I felt overwhelmed, maybe I felt tired, I was able to easily bounce back because I had simplified the process of staying disciplined toward my goals. So the solution here is to step back and look at the bigger picture and understand how when you develop self-discipline, it actually alleviates some of the stress and some of the needless things that you may be spending your energy on. It allows you to streamline and focus on the things that you actually want to accomplish, which actually means that you use less energy, you waste less time, and you get to your goals easier. And it's easier to stay on a self-disciplined path because you have steps that are going to get you from point A to point Z versus scattering your energy, which in turn makes you less powerful. Develop a simple process, the most simplest process that you can, to get from where you are to where you want to be, and stick with that process. And I promise you, that's going to be easier than anything that you've ever tried before. The secondary benefit is that once you learn how to develop self-discipline on these simple steps, the more that you do them, the more automatic they become, which means that it becomes even easier for you to create success in your life, because not only are you creating successful habits, but you're also rewiring your brain in a certain way to make it easier for you to be successful. I talk about this all the time. It has something to do with neuroplasticity. If you want me to talk more about that, leave a comment below. All right, let's get into secret number 2 to develop more self-discipline and stay on track. Secret number 2 to developing more self-discipline is to understand the difference between trying to change behavior, which oftentimes is harder and leads to failure, versus trying to shift your identity. There's a big difference there. Before I understood this success tip, what I would do is come into these new things that I wanted to accomplish, these new goals that I wanted to set for myself, and do it from a place of my past failures and my past disappointments and all the other negative emotions that I had carried with me because in the past I had given up on myself or I had a lot of false starts that I told you about earlier in the video. The problem with doing that, though, is that I was taking that old identity, those old failures, and bringing that negative energy into something that could be a new fresh start. And so I was subconsciously already starting new things from a place, an energetic place, where it made it more likely that I wouldn't succeed. The blocks from my previous attempts and my previous failures were getting in the way from me fully being able to be successful in any new thing that I was trying to accomplish. It also subconsciously gave me the validation that this time that I started something new was going to be a failure, just like the last times that I tried something and failed, because subconsciously I had not corrected that story in my mindset. But the truth is, there's a solution to that, and that solution involves you learning to do some work around forgiving yourself for those times in the past where you may have been like me and started things and then stopped them, or given up on yourself, or run out of steam or motivation, or if a challenge came up in life, you gave up on yourself. Just let it go. Stop, take a pause before you try anything new, and do some work around forgiving yourself for what was in the past so that you can step into this new endeavor in the future with better energy. It also means that you're going to need to learn how to shift into the version of who it is that you want to be, not who it is that you were in the past, not the person that may have given up or may have a lack of self-confidence or self-doubt, and actually become the person that you want to be right now so that you can move into accomplishing your goals and the things that you want out of life from a new, fresh perspective. Instead of looking at yourself as who you are right now, learn how to look at yourself as a new person trying to accomplish new goals. And I think that you'll see that just looking at it from that lens is going to help you tremendously. Make the shift from being the old version of who you were to the new version of who it is that you want to be, because the person that is going to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish would do that. They would be that person that's doing that new thing or that had accomplished that thing. When I actually learned how to shift my identity, it actually made it much easier for me to subconsciously then adopt the behaviors that I needed to adopt in order to make the shifts and transformations that I was desiring. So for you to do this, you have to think about the type of person that would have already accomplished the things that you are trying to accomplish. And then you do that by affirming that identity and assuming that identity. And that has been scientifically proven to be one of the most successful and easiest ways that you can learn to shift and move from where you are now to where it is that you want to be. All right, and so the last secret that I want to share with you, the third secret for how you can learn to develop more self-discipline so that you avoid failure and that you avoid giving up on yourself, is the following. Remove the things out of your life that cause you to fail. Before I understood this, I would unknowingly make accomplishing my goals much harder, or staying disciplined to accomplish my goals much harder, because I would be trying to accomplish things while still associating with certain people or staying in certain environments or having certain triggers around me that I knew were not going to make it easier for me to be successful. The problem was that I was making it harder for me to be successful, which meant that the self-discipline wasn't hard, but staying disciplined was hard because I was making it harder. The truth is that I needed to understand that until I let the new processes become a habit, like I talked about in the first secret, then I was going to have to do more things to set it up for me to be able to be disciplined much more easier. And to do that, I had to learn how to remove certain things that were going to make it easier for me to fail. It takes a while for these pathways to be hardwired, and it takes a while for things to become a habit. And so until that part of the process of change kicks in, you're going to need to understand that in order for you to resist temptation and avoid failure, you're going to have to cultivate an environment that is conducive to the things that you want to accomplish. Once you understand this, it will allow you to stay on track and stay disciplined much easier. Although some of those decisions that you may have to make, if the problem is a person or circumstances, you'll have to be a little bit more brave or courageous. In the end, it'll be totally worth it. So there you have it, my top 3 tips in this video for how you can stay more disciplined. And so what you can do next is make sure that you check the description box. There is a free guide with even more tips that you can integrate very easily in order for you to develop more self-discipline. This is the PDF guide with the exact tips that I use in my own life and I use in my clients' life, and now I'm sharing them with you so that you can learn to make changes in your life and become a more self-disciplined person. If you want it, make sure you click the link in the description box. And if you know somebody that needs to see this video or may be interested in that free PDF, make sure you share this video with anybody that you think that it would provide value for. Again, before I let you go, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more tips on self-discipline, spirituality, under the umbrella of personal mastery, which is just growing and evolving and becoming a better person every day, and you becoming the master of your own life. I release videos every week that will continue to help you on your journey to becoming that better, more evolved, more conscious person. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell, because although I tend to try to upload every Thursday, again, sometimes I'm releasing a lot of content just based on the things that I feel like I want to share with you. And so if you don't hit that notification bell, you're going to miss out on those other videos that I release throughout the week. Also, make sure you like, and if you have any comments, suggestions, or want me to cover a certain topic for you, make sure that you leave a comment in the comment box below. And lastly, if you feel like you've already tried to do all this yourself, you keep stopping and starting like I did, you find that you don't even know how to get on track, you don't know where to begin, you feel overwhelmed, and maybe are lacking a sense of clarity, or maybe you just feel like you're in this cycle of negativity or this hamster wheel and you need personalized support and help getting out of that so you can start to have more clarity and be able to move forward with a strategic plan that's guaranteed to get you where you want to be, then you may want to consider working with me privately. I do have slots open now, and if you want to learn more about private coaching and set up your free consultation, you can look in the description box. There will be a link there to set up your totally free call. We do it via Zoom just to see if that is the right fit for you, and if it is, I have availability for us to get started right away. Now, if you stay to the end of this video, put your favorite emoji in the comment box so that I can send you a big thank you for hanging in here with me and supporting my channel. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.